Yo guys, and welcome to ShayanGaming to a brand new game mode coming to League of Legends called Invasion. Now I'm going to be just explaining what the game mode is and going through some of the tips that I've realized helped me kind of survive the game. And we'll start off talking about the normal version first. There's actually two types, normal and Onslaught. So you start off with 2.6k gold, and you also start with 8 levels. And on the top here you can see there are 7 of these things. Well, right now the big one, who's the final boss, is just going to kill everyone. And basically to revive people, it's kind of like a tutorial. You need to stand on them for 2 seconds, then they get revived. And when you're revived, both of you are invincible for a couple of seconds. And I believe that whoever's got the most health, if they revive someone, then you come back with more health. But also if you're reviving someone, you lose a bit of health as well. But right now, the reason why we all came back with full health is because that was kind of a tutorial. But if we actually die right now, where the game's actually started, then the person who revives will actually lose some health. Now, as you can see on the top, there are 7 bars. These are all the different rounds you need to go through before you get to play against the boss. You can see wave progress, so every time we kill one of these things, this kind of moves forward and closer to the end. In each of these 7 rounds, there's kind of different versions you can have. So there's 3 different types of essentially rounds. Right now we're in, I believe this is survival, so we just need to survive, as it's quite obvious. And as we get to the other ones, I'll let you know what they're called, but they're basically called defense and escape. And on the map you can see this is where, well, the enemy champions will appear. And some of the crazy annoying things like Kog'Maw, they take some time before they start attacking you. It's very recommended that you kill them as soon as possible, because they deal a lot of damage. The health packs on the map also heal I believe they heal a bit of your health and a bit of your team's health, as well as mana. So let's get Jinx or Ezreal to stand on it. And yeah, it gives health and mana to everyone. And after a round ends, you basically get an extra level and you get some gold that you can spend, and you can actually start spending right now. And I do recommend spending as soon as possible, because even though you've got 2 minutes to spend before the next round begins, if enough people select, so right now there's 3 people saying they're ready. If I click I'm ready, then it'll bring the timer to 10 seconds. But oh crap, now it's 10 seconds. But if I join in, then it'll bring it down to 1 second. Just, you have to be super quick. So here we go. This is defense. So we're in the circle. If you leave the circle, you basically start taking damage. So I shouldn't be doing this. But I mean, it was a tiny amount of damage right now. But I think it does increase the longer you're there. So just try and stay in the circle for as long as possible. And all of these void things are essentially where they come from, the enemies. And over here you can see the lives you have remaining. And this is the team lives. So if any one of your team members die, this life will go down. Yeah, try not to die, obviously. This does get very tough towards the end, especially the Onslaught game mode, which I've never completed still. And one thing I don't think a lot of people actually know, which is quite a big deal, if you die during the game, you can actually buy stuff. You can still shop and you can actually sell stuff, but you obviously won't have extra gold compared to what you started with, because you only get the extra gold when you finish the round. But if I died right now, I would be able to shop, and you can't really sell stuff for higher than they're worth. Now this is the escape game mode. You basically have to get from this circle basically moves around the map, and you have to get to the very end over there. And there is a trick for the very end, which a lot of people know and are probably going to use, and I'm probably going to use it. Essentially, you need to touch this thing at the very end, like this little light. And obviously, if you go out of the circle, you take damage. But if you touch the little light, you end the game mode early. So a lot of people just use their flash for it. And don't worry, your summoners do reset between each round, so you can just use your flash to get to it, and that will be fine. But yeah, we're reaching the end now, so I can show you what it looks like, the ending. Okay, soon. Jinx is getting ready to flash on it. No, I'm gonna flash on it first. Bam me! Yeah! But you can just flash onto it. It probably doesn't seem like it makes much difference on right now, because there wasn't really any enemies. But the second time we do escape, it gets very insane, and there are a lot of enemies. This game mode is actually kind of crazy. I don't know who came up with it, but it's actually worse than Doombots of Doom, if I'm honest. So I believe going Adaptive Helm is actually very helpful, because it does reduce the damage from subsequent magic damage, well, from the same attack. And eventually all these Vel'Koz and Kog'Maws, which I highly suggest you prioritize, they will be wrecking you very hard. So Adaptive Helm should be potentially a pick on everyone. Every one of your allies should have it. But as you can see right now, it's starting to go a bit crazy. Vel'Koz is still what I believe you should focus, Vel'Koz and Kog'Maw, because these Vel'Koz, there'll be so many of them on the map, and they'll be shooting everywhere. And eventually it's just a game of dodging, which becomes very annoying, but it's super challenging. This thing doesn't really do much. I mean, it does swallow you and basically kill you. So just stay away from it. But it doesn't really do ranged attacks, so you should focus on the ranged attacks first. Oh! Jinx just got nom-nommed. She's gonna die pretty much. There she is, dead. Now we're gonna stand on her for 2 seconds, bring her back to life. So as you can see, now we're pretty much trying to just dodge Vel'Kar's thingies. They do actually change direction. I believe they do focus on where you are. So, oh gosh, no! Let me kill him! Oh my gosh, I'm barely doing any damage. Well, it is my auto attack, so, you know. And if one of your allies does die, on the map you can see them, they're like a blue splat. Okay, so this is the escape that I was talking about. That's a bit crazy. You're just kind of dodging Vel'Kar's, and you can't really kill them because they're at the very end, as you can see on the minimap. So this is the crazy escape one. This is where you usually die. Just make sure you do focus the Kog'Maws. They will be coming from over there. And the problem is, because the circle's moving, if you don't heal your teammates as they die, then they might end up being dead outside the circle, because yeah, that could end up outside, and then you're kind of screwed. Oh, see, that's a problem. We're not okay. He flashed, nice. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have been able to revive him. But we are near the end, although this is where it gets even tougher, I think. Okay, I have my flash. I'm getting ready to use it on the ending. Okay, I'm going for the flash. Bam! Yes. I had to use barrier because obviously you take damage when you come out, but the damage may have been too much and I may have died. Although I think I did have enough health, so it's okay. So I would recommend going MR because Vel'Kar's obviously is going to be hitting you so much with the amount of spam. Oh gosh, this is the one. I think this is, yeah, probably the hardest one out of all of them. Probably harder than the boss fight, to be honest, because the Vel'Kar spam here is real. So MR for that, and also because Kog'Maw deals a bit of MR damage as well, I would recommend building MR against him as well. Okay, so I guess this game mode, this version is kind of like a hybrid, because it was survival at the beginning and now we've got the defense protective barrier. But yeah, that red range is the Kog'Maw range. Okay, we have to kill him. We have to focus the Kog'Maw. We have to focus the Kog'Maw. Guys, focus Kog'Maw, please. Nope, wrecked. And at one point, if you're playing Lux, all the Vel'Kars kind of line up with each other, and I think it's very good if you line up with them and then use your ult for maximum effectiveness. So here's the beautiful Rift Herald coming to destroy us. And yes, hitting the eye does deal bonus damage. So that just means dodge, as is probably obvious when it comes to the big boss. And once again, try and hit him whenever possible, but as soon as a Vel'Kar or a Kog'Maw appears, focus them, otherwise there's going to be a lot of Vel'Kars on the map shooting you and destroying you. This is also a problem, but there is an area like here that's a safe spot. You'll see it appear and just try to get there as quickly as possible. See, Vel'Kars right now is priority. And also another thing, apparently any runes, masteries or items that generate gold won't actually give you extra gold at the end of the round. You'll just have the gold received by the item, but then the gold that the round gives you is actually less. So in total you'll be getting the same amount of gold. Another useful thing is to continuously basically look at the map and see where they're going to spawn. So now we know the Kog'Maws are here, as we saw them on the map first. And okay, I'm going to flash that. Holy crap. Yep, good. This is actually a good tip, you know, just to stay behind the walls. Nice, we did it. Although technically it has 1 HP. So I don't know if we're capturing it, taking it as prisoner, or what's going on, but yeah, that is the normal game mode. Pretty insane, and Onslaught just gets worse. So the difference between normal and Onslaught is, in Onslaught, first of all, it's a lot more intense, but also you get a personal score at the end of each round, and also at the very end of the whole game mode, if you manage to complete it, that is. And this score is based off how quickly you manage to finish the round, and as well as how many casualties you had. So ideally, obviously, you want to have no deaths. And there is a target time on the top right corner of the screen, and the boss room is counted twice for the end of the game average score. And in Onslaught as well, the rooms are randomized, so you won't really know which one you're going to get, which is kind of cool. Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. It really is a nightmare game mode, so I'm curious to see how you guys find it. When you play it, just let me know what you think of it, and if you have any strategies that you think make it a lot easier to survive. I'm sure there's loads of different items, such as adaptive helm, that can be really helpful. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Adios!